dictionary refers to Christmas as a festival or holiday which brings to mind parties, gifts, family, friends, and celebration. In layman's terms, it can also be described as stressful, exhausting, expensive, and for some, even lonely, and I really agree with all of that. The plans are set, the expectations are high, and we hope for the best. This is a difficult time in our lives and the lives of those around us. The anticipation of a white Christmas experience may prove to be a challenge. Cindy's second speech will outline a few of the challenges we may face in the upcoming weeks. This is Cindy's second speech, and I would like to tell you about her objectives so that you know what to look for. She's to make her message clear with supporting material. She's to use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. She should have a strong opening and a strong conclusion, which will then lead to a clearly defined goal. I would like to have you help me welcome Cindy Krasinski.
Good morning. So the title of my speech today is Deck the Halls. And over the past week, it's actually gone through quite a few transitions. And Susie, there was a change from when I talked to her yesterday. But the theme of it, and my title is Christmas music, which I love. I just wait for this time of year. It reminds me of being 5 in the back of my parents' station wagon and belting out Jingle Bell Rock or Frosty the Snowman. And all the fun and imagination you had when you were 5. And all you were worried about was how many days till Santa came. And that was it. So it's not like that anymore. We're adults now. We've got pressures at work. We've got personal responsibilities and family responsibilities. And we've got to incorporate everything that's required to plan the holiday season. It's a little bit more time consuming and stressful when you have children and worry about meeting their expectations. So a couple of things I wanted to go over today was I had a dinner with some friends last week, and the topic was Christmas. What are you planning? Who's coming? Where are you shopping? Where are the sales? How are you affording this? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And everyone was stressed, a little exhausted, and worried about pulling off the perfect family event. So there was a couple of key items that came out during the dinner meeting, and they're typical, the family get-togethers. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to recall some of my family get-togethers. They were stressful weeks before. Who to invite, how to set it up, you're collaborating, immediate family, extended family, maybe you've got dual households, who's going where Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, is Uncle Bob going to irritate Cousin Mary during dinner, is Brother Joe going to show up an hour late and throw the whole schedule off? So you lead up to that, you're all stressed, you're at dinner, someone's late, you're not showing up, turkey's cold, and you've got that stress to deal with. And that's a big deal. It's expensive, it's time consuming, you've got to decorate, you've got to clean, you've got to shop, you've got to prepare, you've got to invite and make sure everybody shows up. So the other item that is a key point this year especially is finances. I personally try to plan a budget, do a list, do my shopping early, but throughout the month, all of a sudden I find another gift around the 15th or 20th that I just have to buy. You have social gatherings that maybe come up you didn't plan for, so you need a new outfit. You have exchanges that come up if some of your colleague at work gives you a gift and you feel obligated to return the gift. So next thing you know, by Christmas Day, your finances and your budget is all out of whack. Now we are in this economy where I know personally I have family members that haven't worked in a year. And they've got kids, and it's very tough. So how do you balance that? I mean, you have to look at, you don't want to go and buy an elaborate gift because you're working and doing well, when you know on their end, they may feel a little uncomfortable about that. So that's a real challenge this year, and it gives me a heavy heart to know that there's so many families out there who, in the last 2 years, have not been able to provide even the smallest of gifts for their children or families and celebrate the way we're used to and the way I remember when I was 5.
Thank you.
The third part, And one of the key items, I believe, for myself anyways, is your physical health. You're still working, you still got your personal obligations, and you're squeezing in at night to clean the house or decorate or shop the malls when they're crowded, look for parking spaces. You're worrying about finances, you're worrying possibly about layoffs at work. My company just went through a major layoff recently. And you've got all of this going on in your mind while you're trying to be festive and happy and joyful and preparing for the Christmas. So your physical health, whether you're getting enough rest, whether you're eating right, whether you're, like me, stress eater, chocolate, my favorite during the holidays.
Comfort food.
Or wine possibly at night, to be down from the sugar. So that all contributes to the stress level, contributes to the depression that some of us feel just over the holiday blues, they call it on the news, and the holiday stress that you hear so much on talk shows. And then probably the final item is the feeling, even in a crowd, even with a group, you can feel lonely. You know, you may have been separated from a loved one, you may have lost a loved one, you may just be alone. I personally don't have any family in California, and I have my own tradition that I do for Christmas to make up for that feeling of disconnection. They all live in Michigan. And I adopt a family so that I'm able to buy, wrap, and actually give to a family that's in need, and always with kids, because I love to buy toys and little girl outfits and things like that. So come Christmas morning, I spend at the beach with my dogs, but I know that there's a family out there who's opening gifts, who didn't expect Santa to arrive this year. And that's what makes me feel good, and that's what makes me celebrate the season, along with the holiday music that I blasted in my car all the way here this morning. So some of the issues that we encounter during the holiday season, the families, you have to, you know, some of the suggestions that came out at dinner is limit the time with family members. Maybe instead of hitting 6 households over the course of 48 hours, you stop in for a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. Maybe you limit the crowd and the number of people that are coming to your house. You tell Uncle Bob and Cousin Mary to argue in the driveway after dinner. And you just make it peaceful and make it about your immediate family and joyful about your immediate family. As far as finances, scale it back. Realizing that everyone's in the same position. No one's gonna be, I think, put out by not giving a huge gift this year, or the VID00003 or whatever it is. Besides the fact that they always say on the news, and they've been talking about it recently, is that you never remember the gift you got last year and who it was from. You'll remember the event, you'll remember how fun it was, maybe you remember who was there, but you're not gonna remember the gift unless it was spectacular. And then your physical health. Take time for yourself. Take a walk. That's a great way to do it by yourself. You get some personal time, you get a little exercise. Make sure that you're eating normal during the day when you're not at an event. And then try to get plenty of sleep. And those are really key elements to help us survive and have the best season we can possibly have. And in closing, I would like to read a quote. Sorry I couldn't memorize it. I'm having difficulty and I don't want to screw it up because I think it's a great quote. It's by Bing Crosby. Unless we make Christmas an occasion to share our blessings, all the snow in Alaska will not make it white. So thank you and have a happy holiday.
Please take a moment and fill out your evaluation.